We're ready on my end.
Okay. You want to bring us in, Jay?
Yeah, I will.
If you're ready, I'm going to hit record. You got 3 seconds.
What's up, Nomad Nation? Welcome back to the Nomad Gamers podcast, where you got three of us. But this is
Yes,
different.
3 if you can
Hold on,
count.
hold on.
Technically 3.
This is different. We only got Sweet Kitty Paw. We got Bad Crest Rider. And before I go any further, I'm just gonna say, due to scheduling issues, we had to switch um, special guests. So Crest Rider's gonna be taking over for today, and we'll have Sweet Kitty for the weekend. So those who like hearing us actually talk about things, you have to wait till the weekend. Otherwise, you get the ADHD brain right now.
To be fair, I do try and keep you guys on task, but you
Yeah,
you
it
have
doesn't
a
work.
habit of shouting over me.
It doesn't work. But thank you guys for watching, and let's get right into it, shall we? Those who are on Facebook who are watching us, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. I said, I said, I said
You
Facebook.
said Facebook.
I said Facebook. Okay. I'm like, I thought I said YouTube. No, I said Facebook first. Um, thank you guys for those who are watching on Facebook. Thank you guys who have subscribed. Thank you guys for liking and sharing. We are almost to that threshold of being able to live stream. God, I hate having to yawn in the middle of talking. We're almost at that point that we can start live streaming on Facebook. So please, please, please share us with your friends, your family, people who like hearing talking about video games, people who want to talk about video games with us. You guys can always interact with us on my lives over on Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and I believe YouTube. Those are the four handles that I have up right now. Um, for those who are on YouTube watching us and you're watching the recording and not the live, we really do appreciate you there too watching us. Special shout out to Chungus for doing all the editing and making the videos actually look pretty damn presentable and good. Those intros are pretty good, are really good. I should say, my friend. Great job. But
Thank you.
thank you guys for watching us on there. If you can't come watch it live, YouTube is where it's at. Um, Uploads will be every Wednesday and Sunday. So make sure you come. Wow. Make sure you come. If you can't make it to the lives, you watch us there. And if you keep coming back and watching more, and you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You keep coming back anyway. With that being said, yeah, you kind of late on that.
That was a little late. Yeah. Oh, well. I clicked it a while ago. I'm not going to lie. It just didn't switch.
With that being said,
Some,
I know you
somebody's
guys.
got secondary audio coming through a little bit.
I think that's me.
He's watching TikTok.
Yeah, I've got it open on TikTok. That's why.
You just got to mute it is all.
Yeah, I didn't realize I still had it going. That's my bad. And with that being said, I know both of you are very excited for what was announced and what came out. One of you has already owned it.
There is actually a couple of things I would like to talk about today.
Yeah.
All right. The floor is yours.
So first and foremost, before we get into the big thing that I'm sure we're going to want to talk about, World of Warcraft put out another patch today. It is 11.1.5. I don't have a whole lot to say about it yet because I haven't had a chance to play it.
I'm just going to
I'll
shake.
be perfectly honest, I haven't had a chance to read through the patch notes. It's been busy.
I'm just going to
But
nod
it
my
is a
head
thing.
like I
It's
know
launching. It's got to compete with some other big news stuff because, and I'm sure Chungus will also be excited about this one. Monster Hunter Wilds started their spring festival today.
You know what that means, baby? Melding tickets. Yes.
There's all kinds of rewards. There's returning appearance sets. There are new activities to do, new hunts to do, and that's going to be running for a little while. As exciting as that is, It unfortunately got overshadowed by what I'm sure is going to be the big talk of tonight. And that would be Bethesda went on stage this morning and announced, after keeping silent about leaks that have been happening over the last couple of weeks, they got up and went, oh, hey, by the way, we're making Oblivion as a remaster. And it's available now.
And
Not,
it's, go ahead.
not you're going to get it in 6 weeks or 6 months or whatever. They're like, oh, yeah, by the way, you just go get it right now.
Surprise.
So of the three of us, I'm the one who already has it.
Yep.
I've
And I
actually
haven't started playing it.
I got an announcement to make. I've never
Hold on,
played
real quick, because
Oblivion.
oh, that's fine. It's an
Yeah.
older game.
I've
so,
never played it, so I might actually have to play it
I
now.
will state it has 182,000 players currently.
Probably more than
Chungus,
Black
are
Ops
you able
6.
to grab that photo that I posted into Discord and throw it up?
Yeah.
Just as the title screen, just to see how gorgeous it looks compared to the original game.
Here it is.
And I have to say, I'm still in the tutorial. I worked today. I didn't have a ton of time to get to everything, so it's been, every gamer's nightmare not having enough time.
That
Your
actually,
screen's not doing it justice.
yeah, no, it's
There
not.
it
It
goes.
looks,
Now it's sharpening.
that looks pretty damn cool, actually.
The
Oh,
game looks really good.
it was beautiful.
Dude, it went from looking like an indie title currently, like in this day and age, to
Yeah, I mean,
looking, which it's dated graphics, of course. Like whatever, who cares?
yeah, it's an
right?
Xbox 360 game.
It looks really fucking good. Like this looks really good.
And
Looks better than anything they did with ESO
and-
or fucking 76 in terms of like the models. Dude, it's
Actually,
great.
I honestly think there might be some AI in behind the scenes for their dialogue on the facial skeleton, because you get in and you get that initial Uriel Septum, Patrick Stewart doing the opening dialogue to you, and this is what his face looked like. He's talking, and every time he hits the F, you can see it in his mouth. When he gets an M, he's talking. It's not just that you usually get with speech at that time. The lips actually form the letters, and you can read his lips to see what he's saying. It looks fantastic.
I will say, with this happening, we will not get a Skyrim 6 for another 5 years.
Yep, I won't see Skyrim and I won't see Elder Scrolls. But yeah.
Now, I hate to say it, but we probably weren't going to see it anyway. But this is an infusion of cash to Bethesda to actually fund that effort after Starfield didn't do as well as they expected.
And 76, they lost money.
Even after all these years and how well it's doing now, they're still losing money on?
I think they finally made a profit on it, but like
I was going to say, Fallout 76 has really come around, and it's
really popular now, actually. Like
it's doing a lot better on ratings.
Okay.
I'm actually curious.
I have one.
now.
Hold on. I have one more comparison to show real quick. Hold on. Or not one more comparison.
While Chungus pulls that up, I will say this again, just because I wanted to be funny, man. Oblivion now probably has more congruent players now than Black Ops 6 does. Probably.
So I just looked, and Fallout 76 on Steam is a 70% positive. It's mostly positive rating.
Oh. So I'm guessing the left is the older game. Or the older
Left is
version.
older. The right is the newer.
And that's gameplay. Or is that
This is
cutscene?
This is snatched from gameplay.
Hey, that is.
Oh, it is edited because it I believe it edited out. It edits. I can't speak. Edits out the UI. Jesus Christ. Cause fuck. I'm sorry.
I mean, just look at how much more detail is in the armor set and
I mean,
Yeah.
the.
let me do this as well because I found a video with the comparisons for it, and
I mean, look at
Oh,
Bethesda's own announcement for it.
Yeah.
It shows a side by side of that very first view you get when you step out of the tutorial, looking across the lake.
let's see if I can find it. Elder Scrolls. There it is. Nope. Needed by Bethesda.
But yeah, I know a lot of people that are very excited about this.
Oh, it is just gorgeous, and
When did
they
they announce
included
this?
all.
When did they announce this?
Today.
Today, it
Yeah.
literally shadow
What-
drops today.
what-
It was
what
leaked,
time?
Like 2 weeks ago. Like, I think
10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like 10,
I was in the
10
middle.
a.m.
I was in the middle of streaming Schedule 1 when it happened.
Yeah, so it was like 10 o'clock Pacific time or something like that, or 9 o'clock. I'm not 100% certain what time that was actually. But they, yeah, like I said, they got up on stage and they went, "Oh, by the way, you can have this right now. It's out there in the wild." That does unfortunately mean that currently there don't seem to be any physical copies. It's a digital only release. The base edition was $39.99, I believe.
It's not bad.
Oh, $49.99, $59.99 for the deluxe edition. Deluxe edition came with did the deluxe edition come with? I had it up earlier. I gotta find it again. There's some extra. Let's see.
The cosmetics.
There's some new quests for digital Akatosh and Mehrunes Dagon armors, weapons, and horse armor sets. There's a digital art book and soundtrack app. It's $10.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
if you like the music, you get access to the soundtrack. You get some themed armor. As a big running joke, horse armor is included in the deluxe edition upgrade.
Correct.
But the original DLCs that came out with Oblivion are all built into the base game.
Oh.
Yeah, so you get the entire experience.
So if you want to do Knights of the Nine and the Shivering Isles, those are included in the base game.
Well, and I will also say, it's nice to see Bethesda said, "Hey, we're gonna release it at $49.99 instead of $69.99."
60, 70, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this sets a precedent, right? Bethesda, the remaster of Oblivion.
Give us remastered.
Actually, I may have misspoken. As I'm reading through this, it looks like all of the DLC is in the digital deluxe edition. So that is your Shivering Isles. That's Knights of the Nine, the Fighter Stronghold, Spell Tomes, the Vile Lair, the Mehrunes Razor, the Thieves Den.
So if you're gonna heavily play Oblivion, the digital deluxe edition is the way to go.
Wizard's Tower, the Orrery, and the Horse Armor Pack
You're
are all
correct,
part of the
actually.
digital deluxe.
You were correct first. Standard edition has the base game, Shivering Isle, Knights of the Nine, and story expansions.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at them on Steam. Yes.
Because I'm looking at it and it's telling me about the deluxe edition, including.
Let me go ahead and
I may have.
do this.
Their infographic does not do a great job. Although it does say digital deluxe content is over on the side there with the weapons of order, weapons of cataclysm, and all that shenanigans.
There's a small.
Oh, where did you find that? I didn't see all
It's on
that.
Steam. Literally, I went to the store.
All right, so because I was looking at it on
And-
Steam too, and I had a different
I have to
infographic.
compare.
Oh, I didn't hit
and
that
then you
button.
yeah.
I didn't see that button until you pointed it out.
Fair enough. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no, you get the story expansions, which is
Yep, you've got
nice.
all of the original game stuff in the base edition. So, I mean, the digital deluxe at that point is do you want the extra pretty stuff and do you want the soundtrack and the artwork?
Yeah, that seems.
Which- I mean, if you want to get technical, the art book is, do you want the extra pretty stuff?
I mean,
Yeah.
let's put it like this. If you are focusing main objectives, it's about 27 hours to complete Oblivion.
Change
If
the
you
camera back.
don't know much, huh?
Change the camera back. There you go.
If you don't know what you're
So,
doing,
You,
if you don't
you
know
and I have very different ideas on what it is to do everything in there, and then it's a lot
didn't
longer
state
than
everything.
27
Didn't
hours.
state everything. If you're only doing main objectives and you force your way through, about 27 hours. You can do some skips and things like that if you wanted to as well. More than likely, it's like that. And to obtain 100%, it's around like 200 hours of actual time spent to do. Everything.
So I am actually curious about something, because I saw this news today and I messaged my brother, because my brother was very big into like
Oblivion.
Morrowind and Oblivion, and he got it really into Skyrim too. So when I told him that it was available, his first response was, pretty sure I still have that Bible. He is referring to the big old brick of a book that was the Oblivion Player's Guide.
Jesus Christ.
And that got me thinking, I miss game players guides like that. And they
Oh,
don't
yeah,
really
it
make
was-
them anymore because
The last
the
player,
internet.
the last player's guide I had was for Fallout 3. And it was the big like Vault Tech guide to the Capital Wasteland. The Vault Tech's guide to the Capital Wasteland.
So the the Oblivion Game of the Year Player's Guide is $15.93 used. I see a copy of the original Oblivion Player's Guide for $6.95.
$695?
No, $6.95.
Oh. When you know those things are gonna once more start getting trashed and stuff like that, people it's gonna start becoming more of a rare commodity. People are gonna start like eBaying them for.
Somebody did also post one for $226 on eBay, probably after that announcement today.
Well, like you said, the players' guides are becoming few and far between, and you know, for a game collector, that's going to be something that they want to buy. However, while they get time to recoup and talk and regain their thoughts, I do want to state a little bit of gaming news that I'm excited for, because Crush Rider and I did talk about playing it when the patch finally dropped. The final patch for Baldur's Gate 3 finally dropped, and with that patch, crossplay has now been enabled.
Was using it last night, playing with some other friends.
So
it's a little finicky, but they were also insisting on playing with mods, so that adds a whole layer. Now there are crossplay mods because there's a built-in mod loader. There is a mod loader built into Baldur's Gate, and there are mods that have been tested and approved for patch 8. But because the patch is still so new, there are a lot of them that have not been tested yet, so they're still working on that.
I remember one time I made my fighter
console
Master
players
Chief.
And PC players have the ability to use those mods and still play together. So,
Yeah.
you want to play that game? I've got a character already in mind to do that with.
I've only made a
because
rogue so far, so
You can have your rogue. I have two characters that I play in Baldur's Gate. One is a warlock, a Pact of the Chain warlock. Because having the little imp turn invisible, sneak up on something, and just jack it, and then give it disadvantage on its ranged attacks because it's now being, threatened, is funny. And not to mention the fact that you can take your repelling and the Grasp of Hadar.
Oh yeah.
So you can yo-yo them, you can yank them back and forth. So if somebody else throws down like spike growth or something, you can drag them back and forth through it with your Eldritch Blast. The other character that I like to build is a Tavern Brawler Berserker Barbarian.
Berserk
What
is
that
just
does is when you berserk, you get bonus damage to your throws. When you're a tavern brawler, you get bonus damage to your throws, and you can use improvised weapons.
Yeah.
I've got a.
And then you get the ring of flinging from the druid enclave like almost immediately, and you just pick up random stuff and just whip it at people for ridiculous damage. Or if you play a larger character, you just pick up the random enemies and whip them at each other.
Yeah. And if you're if you're still berserking, you still do damage.
One of the guys I was playing with last night literally picked up a goblin and threw it at another goblin.
I have a I have a level. I think I have a level 12 rogue. I think it's a it's one where he has magic as well. So I forget which subclass that is.
Arcane Trickster.
Yeah, I've got a level 12 arcane trickster rogue. And the gear I've got for him right now, he's pretty. My entire party is pretty well stacked. Because one question I do have is, when you did your playthrough, did you let Shar become a Dark Justiciar?
Now, I have never actually gotten that far into the game because every time I've tried to play with other people, some combination of the people ends up never being, and then we start a new game without that person, with a different person, and then I've played like halfway through Act 1 like 18 times, and
Jesus Christ. All right.
I need a dedicated group where we just sit down. I don't care if you guys stream the game while we play or what, but I need a dedicated group of, all right, us 3 idiots or us 4 idiots when Gaz gets back are gonna sit down and play this together.
Oh, I don't know if I don't know.
It
if
may not be
Gaz
his
would
kind
be
of
his
game.
type
No,
game. Yeah.
It would not be. Gaz doesn't like D&D to begin with, so
Not even that, but also
That
he
is
doesn't like,
his
he's not
loss.
patient. He's not patient.
for a turn-based
This is
combat
true.
game, yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
No,
he just-
the
hurry
three
up
of
and
us,
take a fucking turn.
the three of us could definitely play because I build my stuff. It's not the fact that I build.
Let's just set this in stone. Why don't we do it on Fridays?
Other than the coming Fridays with my firefighter training, which is what, like, me being on here tonight, that was entirely my fault because I'm not available this weekend due to training. Once that training is done, or even like next Friday, because there's a gap week in between the sessions, I would have no problem doing it.
Well, I'm going. Here's the thing, and this is.
I'm not saying like right now, this Friday, next Friday. I just mean make it sometime where we can schedule this after the episode.
Okay. Yep, we can do that.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a device near you.
But yeah, I am on to Act 4. I think I'm in Baldur's Gate. That's all I know. So I don't know how far that is. I don't know how close to the end I am.
You said you're on Act what?
4.
I mean, you're right there. Right there. I can't say more. I don't want to spoil anything for people. I'm just gonna say you're right there.
I know, but
I
like
don't know
I'm
I don't know what else to tell
I'm in Baldur's Gate, so I don't know like how far that is.
That's right there.
Oh.
Again, I can't say anything without spoiling shit.
That's the name of the place. That's where you're going.
Yeah. But so back to Oblivion, because I know you guys probably want to talk about that more. Anything more you guys want to bring up about it?
I haven't touched it yet. I mean, it's Oblivion. Remix.
I mean,
I've been excited, and it came, and I needed to know. I saw this like that's not real. Looked on Steam, it's fucking real. It's fucking real.
Yeah, I made some comments on our Discord, so if anyone's watching and wants to see the stuff as it happens, there are links to the Discord. You guys keep those up on all your socials, don't you?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
pop in and
apparently there's a new video game adaptation being made.
Oh,
Outrun. Adapting Sega's 1986 arcade driving adventure is coming to Universal Pictures.
Okay, so I never got to play arcades growing up. I got to look at them because I lived in bowling alleys, but I didn't get to play anything. So
Nope.
I I
Apparently,
got I got to sit at the controls and pretend I was playing because I didn't have any quarters.
no. Apparently, Sydney Sweeney is going to be the star in the movie. So
Is
that's
that why she's popping up all over the place all of a
Who's
sudden?
that?
Some Hollywood actress? I'm not
I mean, yeah,
well
I would assume,
versed.
yeah, an actress or an actor. I mean,
I,
Sydney's probably.
I have nothing positive or negative to say about her because I don't know. I don't follow Hollywood industry very well. So, like, I've heard of her. I know
She's
she's
one of
an
those like up and
actress.
coming actresses.
mhm.
I can't give you any more details.
Fair enough. To Google, I guess. Yeah. We'll Google.
I that I don't think I've seen her in anything where I went, "Oh, hey, that's totally her."
Yeah. She's known for a few movies and a popular TV show called Euphoria.
Never heard of it.
Um,
Oh yeah, she's an upcoming. Yeah, she's just like I say upcoming. She's an actress. Yeah, she's like a younger actress that's coming up, like
she's
ScarJo back in the early 2000s. She's
um
only. Oh my god, I'm old.
so PC Gamer released something about the Oblivion remaster.
Mm-hmm.
The Oblivion remaster is 125 gigs, 2600% heavier than the original game from 2006.
I can understand that with like the amount of difference that I see in just game like footage from other people. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like graphic fidelity is turned all the
So
way up.
it
I get it.
I wonder if it does it come with shaders.
the
Most likely.
yeah,
Yeah,
because the
actually,
first
yes.
when I launched the game, it didn't even load the game until it processed the shaders.
Oh,
It went pre-processing shaders. Please wait, and I had to watch the little progress bar go straight across. And when it hit 100%, that's when you guys got that photo.
hmm.
The only question is it going to do that every time, or was that a first time launch? It had
And
to
then
build
cache.
everything.
Yeah. Oh, favorite cache.
I would relaunch the game, but with all the difficulties I've been having with my computer tonight, I don't want to disappear in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't
Oh,
wait to dude. There's so many games that are out now that I literally just like didn't have time to play really anyway. Now it's definitely like, what game do I decide to play when I don't have like? It's like, god damn it,
Dude,
we're
I've got
blessed with good
things.
games this year. I like it though.
I've got things I'm still trying to hunt and gather in Monster Hunter. I've got this just came out. This is going to be a major thing between my brother and I because this goes back to our late teens, early 20s where we
Oh
were
yeah,
just kicking back and doing this. And I still play World of Warcraft. I'm looking at this going, shit, I don't have any time to play. And especially dropping on a week where tomorrow I have a training that I'm doing.
I wonder how long this is gonna
Friday,
last.
Saturday, and Sunday I have like all day trainings. So it's
Yeah.
like it is a terrible thing to be a gamer and have no time available to game.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
oh yeah.
So, real quick, I'm just scrolling through the gaming news just to see what I could find. Something very disturbing has come up in one of the Roblox game creators. Active Shooter Studios recreates real life mass shootings on gaming apps. Um, it says, known as Active Shooter Studios or ASS, the group has attracted hundreds of fans on Roblox to its detailed recreations of events.
I
Uh,
mean, you've kind of said everything you need to say right there. Their studio acronym is ASS,
yeah.
and they're attracting attention in Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
Could you get any more toxic on the internet than that? Just with that statement alone.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy you're bringing up like some bad things in the gaming industry, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm not to change it entirely, but I did want to touch on this when we got the next opportunity to. There is a game that is no longer listed on
I know
Steam,
exactly what you're talking
but
about. I
you
saw
can
about it.
absolutely probably find it elsewhere. And I would encourage, if you do see it anywhere else, to report it.
Mm-hmm.
This game is called No Mercy, and to be blunt about it, it promotes SA and other forms of abuse against women. Uh, it is literally violent and sexually explicit for no reason, and it has been removed. Um, and it sold about 300,000 copies, and that is the most disgusting, disturbing thing I have heard in quite some time. Uh, I know there are some people out there within certain communities that are looking to get into Steam's receipts and see who purchased this game and to dox them. And I do not condone this type of activity. However, actions have consequences, right? That's the statement I'm going to go with. That goes both ways. I'm not going to explain more about what the game does or anything like that. Just if you do see a game named No Mercy, please report it
Yeah.
to be unlisted. And anybody who does you see playing this that you're maybe a friend with, you probably shouldn't associate with them anymore. Um, that is all I'm going to speak on this topic. There, if either of you two would like to chime in, please feel free to do so.
So a quick Google search is not popping up any easy sources of acquiring it.
No,
So
it was.
that
Yeah,
at least the developer has not just
they're
like, oh, we're
trying.
just putting it out here.
They're trying to. The internet has been trying to scrub away with this game
So
because it's that bad.
I did see an article that says the developers were defending the game, but they did also say that the developers were also willingly delisting the game and pulling it. So they don't necessarily think they created anything bad, but they do understand that people are not happy about it, and they're like, all right, I screwed up. I'll take it down. Not necessarily taking responsibility for what they made, but at least they're not just sitting there digging their heels in, going, no, I did a good thing. I'm happy with this.
No,
So,
it's like
props for at least listening
the
to
big
feedback.
the big thing that was about this game is people, and yeah, this game is really horrible, and
I'm not saying it wasn't.
people were like, people are saying, oh, a game like this could come out, but yet GTA is still relevant. And it was like, no, but you don't do half the stuff in GTA that you could do in this game.
GTA doesn't glorify the violence within it. It actually makes fun of it. That's the entire point.
Also,
it's satire about the whole everything.
It also doesn't specifically target women.
Yeah.
GTA is a game of violence against everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That is also true. Anybody who I encourage anybody who wants to look up
it also
more
doesn't
into what the game is about, because the type of content that Steam has made an issue with allowing we'll just say X-rated games to be allowed on their platform. They did this back a couple years ago, and it has been nothing but problems since. I'm a firm believer that they should probably rescind that and
leave it at that.
Stop allowing these types of games to be listed in the first place.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think people should be allowed to play what kind of game they want to play. That being said, certain lines should be drawn. Games like this No Mercy one should absolutely not be allowed. You want a game with sexual content, it should at least be consensual.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play a game about getting it on, that's the only source of that type of interaction you've got, great. We don't need to sit there and encourage the portion of our population that are, sociopaths to indulge in those fantasies, because some would argue that, oh, this is how they get it out in a safe environment. And no, that just wires the brain to think that this kind of thing is okay.
And it's not.
Well,
Very much not.
on the lighter hearted topics.
Please,
Um,
please.
so The Last of Us season
You
2 just
said
dropped.
light-hearted topics. God damn it.
It's lighter.
It's lighter, but Jesus Christ, this is like going from, oh yeah, I just got my hand cut off to, I just broke my femur. Okay, it's still very much.
But
Like,
the TV show, The Last of Us season 2 had just dropped,
it
and
did.
they I forget her name, but they
The
make
actress or the actor?
the actress. I know who Pedro
Which one?
Pascal, the one who's playing Abby, who actually was the voice actor
Bella,
for.
not Bella. Yeah, I think Bella, Janie or Bella or something like that.
No, Bella
Anyways,
Ramsey is the one that plays Ellie.
yeah. So then, I mean,
The one that plays
Google is.
the one that plays Abby was actually the voice actor for um Ellie in the games.
Uh,
Caitlin
no,
Dever.
no,
No, that's the
incorrect.
voice actor for.
No. Oh, for the game, you're talking about Abby for the games?
Yes. No. I'm talking. Hold on.
The TV
Caitlin
show
Dever.
actor, the TV show actors are different from the video game voice actors.
Right, but he was talking about the actress who played Abby.
Mm-hmm.
That is Caitlin Dever.
Hold on.
I'm looking at IMDb right now.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, Zanar. I guess the way he was saying it was like the TV actor for Abby is the same as the voice actress, and I was like, no,
I'm pretty sure it is.
it's not. It's not. I'm letting you know it's not.
No.
Caitlin Denver is the TV actress. Laura Bailey is the voice actress.
Okay, so then yeah, I got something mixed up there, and I do apologize for having that wrong, but I am like, I watched it, and I never like, I know, and spoiler alert for anybody who.
Hold on. Spoiler alert. Mute the
the
video for about 20 seconds.
Okay, I know what happens. I know that Jill dies by Abby, and so I never played The Last of Us Part 2 because, like, Joel dying really like ended it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they did a really good job in the. I watched the TV show and the way they did it in the TV show, it was amazing. They really played that off really well, and I want to say, and I'm so glad that Pedro Pascal is doing like kind of damage mitigation by posting a lot of pictures with Caitlin Dever, because if you remember correctly, um,
The
the
original voice
yeah the
actress
original
received
voice
death threats for it.
yeah the original voice actress was getting numerous death threats. Was it like she was getting threatened, her child was getting threatened, a lot of gamers came after her, and I do not condone that. That is.
That is something that needs to be said at every opportunity. It is okay to be unhappy with the way a story or with the direction a story takes. It is okay to disagree with the decision that the writers, authors, developers took. It is never okay to threaten somebody's livelihood, their life, their family, or any person's individual safety over what happens in a game.
Right.
That is bringing fantasy into reality, and that is unacceptable.
Well, and I'm also trying to say is the Last of Us story is a great story, and what they did with that and how they went with that along with the story, it was great.
Hard disagree.
But it's been a disturbing
Well,
trend
okay,
in gaming the last
up to
10
that
years.
point, everything after that point kind of feels like it took a hard turn.
I'm just gonna state now, The Last of Us story is not bad because they killed Joel. It's bad because we don't get time to sympathize with Abby at all until after she does it. The players are immediately against her, and they stay that way. If they would have taken the time to get
spoiler alert.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! My bad.
Shame, Chungus. Shame.
The game's been out for like 10 years. Fucking not 10 years, but still
See, and here, all I wanted to do tonight was get on here and geek out about listening to Sir Patrick Stewart spend a little bit more time as Uriel Septim.
Hey, I gave you the floor to be like, hey, look,
And then you immediately started talking.
No, I did
over
not.
Me.
No, I did
paused
not.
For 2 seconds, and you went, in other news.
Okay, but back to what you were saying, Chungus, before you decided to go on a second spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
if they gave us more time to sympathize with Abby beforehand, before the incident, it would have played way better. Hell, even if they gave time for Ellie to find Abby and them build a friendship, and then it still happens, would have been better. And then the spoiler towards the end, the fact that Ellie goes through all she goes through, killing like hundreds of people, by the way, canonically, hundreds of people, and then doesn't go through with killing Abby. And I get the whole reasoning of like, oh, continuing the circle of violence and revenge. And it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Realistically, Ellie would kill Abby and the kid, so there's nobody coming back for her. Absolutely follow through. That's what pissed me off the most. There is no follow through. You go through and do all these monstrous acts to go to for your the ends justify the means, and then you just disregard your fucking your justification right then and there by not following through.
I do have one.
Lost all the people close to you for nothing.
I will say this. Do you think Joel was right?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Crush Rider?
There's two answers to that.
I have never played The Last of Us. I have no opinion.
Oh. Okay.
So I want to explain my answer there real quick as well. Yes, he is correct. There's a lot of realistic things that can go into it, but it's a video game at the end of the day. So realism is not super implied, right?
What? Video games can't be real?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? There's a huge distinction between video games and real life. Have you seen War Thunder?
Have you seen?
Yeah.
You know, every time I was watching a cartoon growing up or a TV show, my stepdad would walk in and be like, "You know that actually happened, didn't you? I was there. I was there when it happened. I'm actually just off camera to the left."
Trying to get you to drop an anvil on your head. But no, he's right in the sense of it being selfish. It's absolutely selfish, right? But that's the whole point. Joel, spoiler if you haven't played a game from 2013.
Yeah, something like and they've remastered like 5 times.
And they remastered it twice. I didn't mean to flick you off. Twice.
God, Chungus, what's going on with you today?
I'm dying right now, apparently. But
they're just like, yeah, he just remastered it twice.
He just remastered it twice. No, like you literally go through as Joel and experience the death of his daughter. Like day one of the outbreak. 20 years later, he has another daughter-like figure in his life. They trauma bond. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what it was. They bonded over the trauma and their journey through to get to Seattle from fucking the Boston, which, opposite ends of the fucking country, so it's gonna take a while, especially without proper vehicles and transportation in a post-apocalyptic world. So they, I think it took them like a year or two.
3-mile journey with wagons and trails. You
it takes a long time.
So go to hell.
Sorry. They build their
modern Oregon Trail.
A relationship, right? They're
no modern Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail, like organ as in like the piano.
No, organ like in all the stuff that keeps you alive inside your body.
No, this shit's killing me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Have you never? It's actively trying to kill me.
So there was a parody made of Oregon Trail called the Oregon Trail.
Actually?
Yeah.
I like how we go from talking about Last of Us to somehow talking about the Oregon Trail.
He fucking did it. God damn it. Anyway, hold on. Before I lose a train of thought. Anyway, they build this kinship together, right? And then there's a potential of losing her. He's not going to go through that again. All this trauma gets reopened up, and he's like, nah, not happening. He's justified in that. I would do that. I'd be selfish. If you want to go into the argument for everything, there's legitimately in the original, because I think they removed it in like the remasters and shit to try to justify the Fireflies and what they did or were trying to do. There's legitimately lore bits you find throughout the game as you're going to Seattle, talking about how the doctors they have are like vets and fucking general practitioners, not specialized in developing any sort of vaccinations or cures or anything like that. 2, it's a fungus. There's no cure. There's not going to be a vaccination that's going to work. It's a fungus. 3, they're operating with limited resources and technology. That's anyway. 4, legitimately, they were just going to kill her to try to, like, there's not even like a get some samples beforehand, test things out. They're just going to remove her brain, like, immediately. There's more bits about how they were doing it to other children, doing to other people that they found out were immune. The Fireflies we see throughout the game and get lore bits that they're incompetent. So Joel has a reason to not trust the Fireflies at this point. He's only doing it to get paid, and then it turns into more than that. Anyway, he's justified in that reason, you know? And then if you want to throw the realistic spin onto that, he's more than justified. He probably should have told Ellie the truth from the get-go, though. That's all I will say.
I will say, yep, you kind of hit it on the head with that. But I will say, looking at the TV show, when they first announced that Pedro Pascal was going to be playing Joel, I was not too like enthused with the fact that they were going to make Pedro Pascal Joel, because I really thought they should have brought back the bring back the voice.
Baker.
Yeah, they should bring back the original voice actors.
I know you're continuing, and I'm interrupting. I'm so sorry, but I'm not at the same time. They should find the happy medium of actor that looks similar to the character while also being good at their job, right? Mm-hmm. And I say this because Bella Ramsey, and it's going to be very rude, but I'm just going to say it, all right? Bella Ramsey looks like she has fetal alcohol syndrome. Looks nothing like Ellie. And there's a bunch of people going around like, oh, you're trying to sexualize the character. No. It's the same thing, it's the same issue I have with Master Chief. Put the helmet on and leave it on, goddammit. I don't want to see your fucking head. I don't want to see your face.
To be fair, the issue with the Master Chief is more of a, in lore-wise, we have never seen him take off his helmet. He's never done it in a game. Did he actually take it off in one of the games?
He took it off at the ending of 4.
Yep.
And the legendary you see his eyes.
You do see his face though. You actually see you see this, and that's enough. That's fine because we don't need to actually see more.
I will admit I have never seen that. Halo 4 was one that I never got to finish because by the time I got it, everybody else had beaten it, moved on. Nobody wanted to play it with me. So
I mean,
I missed out on that one.
I still need to finish.
I still got to play through all the Halos.
Yeah, we still
got the Master Chief Collection on PC. I'm just anytime.
Like I said, we got to schedule some shit, man. We really do, actually.
Cross-platform now. I could probably get MCC on Xbox Game Pass through PC. Can't I?
It is. It's free.
There you go.
Then there we go. We don't have to worry about cross-platform then.
As a side note, while Chungus was going on about his rant on The Last of Us, I did post in the PC General the Steam link for Oregon Trail.
But I will say, looking back at it though, looking at how Pedro Pascal played Joel, he did a great job. I will say he did a wonderful job with Joel. And I think, deep down inside, Joel is a gamer and is a nerd, like everybody.
See, between him being in Game of Thrones, for the time that he was, Mandalorian, and then The Last of Us, it's like he's kind of doing that Hollywood thing where he just kind of shows up at everything for a while.
He's a great variety actor.
Don't get me wrong. Everything I have seen, the dude's a phenomenal actor. I'm not taking shots at him at all. It's just Hollywood has a tendency to, here's our next big star. We're just gonna shove him into everything.
I'm not gonna lie. They've been trying to do that with what's his name? Jesus Christ.
They've been doing it with Jack Black a lot lately.
To be fair, the roles they put Jack Black in are Jack Black roles, though. That's just not. They're meant for him. Like Claptrap, I can see Jack Black as Claptrap.
Chicken jockey.
Don't even start that shit. I will disconnect.
Flint and steel. Sorry, we're done. We're done.
So, well, there is a background to why I have no patience for that.
Okay.
As you guys know, I'm a bus driver.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. You've heard it enough. My bad.
Do I need to say more?
No. I just thought about all the
Because
kids
my
just
bus
saying
has
fucking
been
that.
nothing but
Yeah.
chicken jockey for the last week.
And I'll state this because I have watched the movie.
I
It's
have
a
not.
fun experience. It's a fun experience, right?
Except
It's
for
not a
the
good movie.
except for the chicken
It's a-
jockey incident.
It's a fun experience.
Do you
and
know about
that's another
that,
thing we're
Crush
gonna talk
Rider?
about. Yes.
I do not.
Oh,
People are people, and they suck sometimes. It's okay to get excited and like be loud in the movie theater at certain things. If there are other people, if everybody's doing it, then it's like that's kind of the norm with that group, right? When you start to make a mess, throw popcorn and drinks everywhere, just fucking tearing up the place, throwing shit at other people, that's a problem.
well, not only was that, so the chicken jockey incident alone is something that, you know, we as a community should not condone. And I've seen a lot of people say, you know, this is too far. One,
It is.
you see the video, and there was a lot of popcorn being thrown.
You know what? Here, I'll pull it up to show people. Actually.
Two, somebody brought a live chicken into the movie theater, and when it came up, got up on somebody's shoulders and lifted the chicken in the air and just started screaming.
See, from what the kids were doing on the bus, I figured it was just another meme going around social media. Because ever since they shut TikTok down on us the first time, I have not used it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there are things that I'm not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring that, you know, it was a temporary reprieve, and even then the 90 days are almost up.
The
So it's
90 days are
probably gonna-
passed.
Yeah, it's still.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, it's still up.
So I have this, guys, ready to share. You know when you see this,
The police
Yeah.
got called. That tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah.
we'll full screen it for folks, make it easier. Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta.
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need that. You guys are
We
gonna.
don't. Yeah, I can just. This is one of the honestly. This is
one of the more tame
worst
ones. No,
This is one of the more tame ones, but it's gonna show more people being squirted out. Alright, it's gonna show the same stuff again, but you get the gist. A lot of the younger audience members making a mess of things. I could
Mhm.
look through and go to try to find one of the more messier, like worse ones, but it's out there and it's not great.
So
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
would say that I could tell that I'm getting older because none of that shit makes any sense to me. But even at that age, the level of ass beating that I would have gotten from my dad for that kind of shit.
I'll just say this. You know the phrase of being put on a t-shirt? Yeah. If I even got loud, if I was that age doing that, I would be put on a t-shirt and you guys would be coming to the funeral.
There is
literally
no sense of discipline anymore.
No.
No.
People do gentle parenting now.
And it's
Which
it's
There's a
bad.
fine balance for that, and we're not going to get into that. I already got into that argument with Godfather before. Not going back into that. Not going back into that one. But yeah, that's
One of these days, I got to get on here with Godfather, and we can have that talk.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, we need to get you on here one time where you talk about Starfield and how bad Starfield is and watch him try to defend it and you pull out receipts. I would pay pay-per-view for that.
Ooh, okay. So I have to talk about something. So there's the
Man, I'm
use
hungry.
decent. Hold on. To use we're almost done. To use decent language. there's this thing about like how fast until somebody can make something for like a certain type of mod. It's an explicit type of mod for any game that comes out, right? It took 3 hours for the first explicit mod for the Oblivion remaster to come out.
Oh my god.
So, Pirate Software was talking about that in one of his clips one day, and he says that game developers have a metric that they measure for any type of freedom that is given to players. They call it the TTP, the time to penis.
Time to penis. Yeah.
How quick are players going to draw a dick in your game if you give them the opportunity to create something? And then I was watching Fireball play Schedule 1 earlier.
And he made a dick.
No. There is a graffiti on the wall. Remember by the shooting range?
So there are several graffitis. There's one that's just a penis. There's
with a
one
smile.
that is a stick figure with shaft and balls.
Shaft and balls. You don't have to say it like that. Oh, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then there's one there's literally one on the back of the motel that says "I love butt sex," but it's not
Yes,
spelled
it
that way.
does.
It's spelled SECKS.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. We really gotta wrap this up.
But hold on, real quick.
Fireball.
Before we Schedule 1 is a great game, and like again, it is made by one person, and he does all of it. So anything that is in that game, it has gone through his head. I think I like the guy. His humor is funny and it's great. Okay, but with that being said, for those who saw, I did stream today, and you're probably sitting here going, "Oh, you haven't streamed in almost 2 weeks." Life happened, all right? Leave it at that. Life happened. Wasn't able to actually sit down and get some streaming done, but I got an extended stream in today. So thank you guys for those who came and watched, but try to roll in and try to get something more going. But I don't really have anything right now. Still kind of on hiatus for racing. Don't know when I'm gonna go back to that yet, but that's about it for me.
Fireball stream today. I was in there watching with him. I joined him in Discord to hang out and chat with him because he does that when he's in stream. You can get in and talk to him. Oblivion is going to be a fantastic journey for another generation. I don't care what anyone says. I got my hands on some more Elder Scrolls. I don't care if I have wandered these lands. It is a fresh coat of paint, and I am happy to wander the lands again because I have been thinking about lately firing up the old Oblivions. So being handed another opportunity on a silver platter is something that I couldn't be more excited about. Monster Hunter continues to be a wonderful way to blow off steam, generate a little bit, and just kick back and have fun with friends. That's about all I got for this time.
Hello. I made and posted the Dark Tide video. It finally is there. Go check it out up there. Please go give it some love and attention. I think it's pretty funny. I like it. It's pretty good. But it's a shorter one comparatively to other videos I've posted. I am still working on the Schedule 1 video. It's kind of hard to skirt around certain conversations that are had with my friends to where I can post it and not get in trouble. So I'm working on just making sure I have to cherry pick the things that are okay. So it's taking a second. Other than that, though,
maybe
I will
you
state
should have better censored friends.
Yeah, I wish I did. Looking at you right now. Looking at you.
I didn't even say anything.
Yet.
Yeah.
But I will state I would like to give a big shout out to Pope Francis. Sorry he passed, but his passing gave us the Oblivion remake. I don't know what Bethesda meant by this with using him as a sacrifice to make this remake.
Do we need to worry if he's going to get back up in 2 days?
No, that was Easter. It's already passed. It's a little too late. He missed his window. But that being said, with the Catholics pissed off, we should probably get the fuck out of here.
Hold on, I got
Alright,
something.
Paul,
I got
get us out of
I got
here.
something to say real quick. To all my Italian friends out there, with this past week, you know, you had an F1 race on Sunday too. You know, your El Presidente Charles Leclerc took home a podium in Saudi Arabia, but it was at the cost of the Pope. So was that really a win-win there?
There's this guy who gets chow.
See you later, guys. We're getting canceled now.
This would be Low Res and our Crest Rider signing off.